So today's math is all about looking at nets again of 3D solids of polyhedra. Poly means more than one side and hedra means a 3D shape. And we're going to be really focusing on almost being able to visualize from a net almost what it would look like if it all closed up. So there's a couple of videos on the next slide which might help kind of animate that, or some animations to kind of click on and play around with. So it's really about trying to kind of be able to visualize. That's a really important skill to be able to do in maths, particularly today. So below we've got some examples of the polyhedra, of the 3D shape, and also what the net looks like. I really would recommend clicking on the links at the bottom. There's an animation which is on a safe YouTube page, and then there's a 3D interactive tool where you can kind of move a slider to see how the nets look when they're kind of opening and closing, to help you kind of visualize what happens. Because if you look at if you're looking at the picture of the net of the cube, that's kind of in the middle of being folded up. So if we were imagining that cube, we would be able to say that the green face square, the green square, would be on the opposite side of the cube to the orange square when it closes up. So what would be on the opposite side of the blue square? It would be the grey square, wouldn't it? Yeah. So have an explore, really try and help to visualize what's happening, and then your challenges are kind of based around this today. So tingled is a word that we might use quite often, but actually, do we really know what it means? So really, if something tingles, it's like a feeling of slight pricking or stinging sensation. So a little bit, maybe if you've been stung by a nettle, that might be able to be described as a tingling feeling. And again, it's an uncomfortable feeling usually if something tingles. Well, it can be a positive. It depends on the situation when it's used. So there are different ways that we can improve our speech writing. So first of all, there is always a piece of punctuation inside the inverted commas whenever we use speech punctuation. But we can invert the subject and the reporting verb. So instead of saying get here as quickly as you can, the teacher said, you could say get here as quickly as you can, said the teacher. So it's just a different way of varying. So rather than you just writing the same kind of reported speech sentences every time. Additionally, you could add in some adverbs or also some extra information. So get here as quickly as you can, the teacher said nervously, closing the classroom door behind her. We can also put the reporting clause at the start of the sentence. So when the speech comes after the person talking, you need to remember you put your comma. So it's the teacher said, comma, and then it's a capital letter, get here as quickly as you can. But again, you might continue the speech after the reporting clause. So get here as quickly as you can, the teacher said, you won't believe what has just happened. So in that case, that's perfectly fine, but you don't need to start the second part of speech with a capital letter because it's still a continuation of the first kind of part of the speech. They haven't finished speaking. But notice after get here as quickly as you can, you do put a comma there to show that it's kind of having a little pause in the speech. So today, based on the clip of the policeman talking to the teacher, I'd like you to write some dialogue using speech punctuation. Try to use different types of speech sentence structure. So like we just looked at in the previous slides about adding adverbs and extra information, about changing the order of the words or adding in the reporting clause in the middle of the speech, just to kind of vary your writing. Below, I've done an example. I've color coded it just to show that there are different people speaking. And remember, when you have a new speaker, you start a new line. So I've just kind of color coded mine to show when the different people are speaking, to show why there's on new lines. You don't have to color code yours. You could if you want to. It's up to you.